So this week's garden tour is probably going to be pretty short and sweet as, well, I'm recovering from COVID. I'm so tired. Um, but there have been some changes, which I'm pretty excited about, mostly in the front yard. But this is my herb bed. You can see where the caterpillars have been going at my parsley and the rue. Still pretty excited about the caterpillars and the rue. My French thyme is thrilled. My rosemary is happy. My Swiss chard plants are starting to really perk up in this. It recently rained. I think that will help with the sage here. I probably also just need to prune it back. It's huge for this space. We've got the lavender and the rosemary. This is what's had me so excited. I've started harvesting the calyxes from this. Calyxes? I don't know how to pronounce that. And drying them. I'm hoping to have enough for some jelly and a couple of other things. But this one's about ready. I harvested about 3 ounces today. A little over half an ounce on Friday. But yeah, that Tabasco pepper I tried cutting down is coming back quite vigorously. I'm just going to let it have its way. It's not like I have any other plans for this space for the fall. I've got my grapes growing. This really old Swiss chard seems to be trying to come back. That massive root just amuses me. That thing's huge. But yeah, it's not quite yet time to cut down the asparagus. But yeah, I seeded some poppy seeds around here. I'm not sure if I'll actually get anything. Poppy seed packages a couple years old and they've not sprouted yet, but I figured I might as well throw them out and see what happens. Over here's where I put my onions, and it looked like a few of them have disappeared, but it looks like I'm still going to get a few. You can see the little sprouts coming up. I need to get the rotted drip hose, soaker hose, that's what I'm looking for, out. I've been letting the okra go to seed, although I did harvest a few small pods this morning. Look at the size of that thing. It's huge. To use for some gumbo, as well as a few bell peppers. We've got aphids on here, but at this point I'm just growing them for seed. I'm letting a lot of things go to seed at this point. The marigolds here are done for. I need to pull those or cut those out. My artichoke is quite happy though. Over here are all things I had not expected to see. I got the lima beans that finally sprouted. The blue butterfly pea has sprouted. I'm getting, you see that? I'm getting a flower a day or every other day from the blue butterfly pea. Some of these long asparagus beans reseeded themselves, so I'm just letting those go to seed, so I'll have seed for next summer. And the Alabama lima beans, I've been waiting for them to dry on the vine and collecting them for seed. In the other side of that bed, I put in my soft neck garlic, and I've got this potato that has surprised me that I will probably harvest in a couple of weeks. And my peppers are still going strong. I harvest a few a day. And this is primarily where I'm growing my produce this fall so far. I've got a couple of leeks left over from spring that hadn't gotten very big. Some kale, some radishes. There's a couple of carrots sprinkled in there. There might be a broccoli and Brussels sprout. I put some in there. I don't know if they survived. I've replanted those so often I just kind of gave up. My eggplant is flowering again. I don't know if it'll actually put on anything before it gets too cold. I started cutting down the tomatoes, and then these cherry tomatoes finally decided to start setting fruit. They didn't do any in the spring at all, but they have gone crazy recently, so they get to live another week. We'll see what happens. I've thrown out so many seeds into these beds. I don't know if I'll actually get anything. We will see. I'm starting to see a few things sprout, like, let's see, can you see them? The little bitty things, yeah, right there. And then I've got some beautiful lettuce down here. And I've got a few beets coming up. So we'll get a little bit. I'll probably reseed again. The zinnias have been very popular. Oh, there you go. I'm not sure if I caught him or not. But they've been very popular with the monarchs. COVID sucks. Just saying. I feel like my brain is shut down. My blackberries are over there. And that's pretty much it for the backyard. Let's go look at the front yard. I might be interested to see over here where we've got the chimenea. All those plants are gone. All the tropical plants have been taken inside the house. Which was like 3 plumeria, a Barbados cherry, which was actually up front, and my wife's tropical hibiscus. So this is the thing I'm most excited about. We cut down that crepe myrtle, and I've used the branches to make me a obelisk style trellis for my maypop. I'm looking forward to that getting filled out. I've saved some other branches that I think I'll use in the backyard some. And as we come around, the giant fig tree is starting to lose its leaves. So I'll be cutting it back soon because it is way too tall. I can't quite reach. I'm still seeing some fruit in here. Can y'all see that? My lens seems to be a little blurry. Y'all see that? Huh. I'm not used to seeing any kind of fruit on this, but there's several pieces. I don't know if anything will happen with it, but interesting to see. This one is my LSU fig that once it is fully mature, I expect to be seeing fruit more this time of year off of it. My wife put in the rest of those red celosia there. That's my seafoam rose. Over here is my purple floor show rose. I don't know why it's called that. It's not purple. But those mums are. I think these are a lavender wanda mum. And I've got a purple wanda mum down there. The celosia, some hibiscus that we got at a plant sale in Dallas. I think this is called Blue Haze. It's should turn into a nice ground cover. That's my Moonlight Romantica rose and some more celosia. This should be a indigo spire salvia, as is that one. And then that's my handle rose. And this horrible stuff back here I'm trying to kill off. It is hackberry. I've been trying to kill this off since the day I moved in. We had a giant hackberry tree and I can't seem to get rid of the darn things. And then another a big hit red hardy hibiscus we got at the HEB. There's those purple mums. And then this is a white crepe myrtle, where the other one's kind of a pink color with white tips. And then this is where I'm trying to solarize a patch of ground to put in thornless blackberries. I did get talk with my neighbor before I decided to do this and made sure it was okay with him that I put in basically a hedge of blackberries. And this is the oak. And that's my purple beauty berry here, growing here under the oak. And then this is my pomegranate that has not even bloomed since we had that big freeze a few years back. I need to try fertilizing it and mulching it real good and see if something happens this year. My hope, because you'll see the grass here is pretty horrible. I want to eventually have no lawn whatsoever and have all of this filled in with flowers and paving stones and fruit trees. It seems like such a small yard, and so I'll start trying to fill the space in. But yeah, that's everything. And here is my chicken and sausage gumbo that I made with my bell peppers and okra from my own garden. Pretty excited about that. Anytime I get a meal from what I grew in my garden, you know?